Have you ever stared at one of those sealed orange capsules hanging off the side of a ship and wondered what is actually inside that thing? You've seen them, every cruise ship, every cargo vessel on open water. Those pods just hanging there, silent, never touched. Most people walk straight past without a second thought. But here's what nobody tells you. That capsule is legally required to keep every single person on that ship alive for days on the open ocean. Not hours. Days. And everything inside it wasn't chosen by the captain or the crew. It was decided years in advance by an international rulebook so specific it even dictates exactly how many tin openers must be on board. Welcome to Simple Things Analysis, where we pull back the curtain on the ordinary things you walk past every day. There is a global document called the International Life-Saving Appliance Code, and it governs every piece of survival equipment on every commercial vessel on Earth. Not as a suggestion, as hard international law. It is specific in ways most people never expect. A lifeboat must travel 6 knots for 24 straight hours fully loaded. It must tow a 25-person life raft without stalling. The exact water ration per person, the precise calorie count, the number of flares, all locked into that rulebook before anyone boards the ship. Here is the part that reframes everything. Whether you are on a luxury cruise liner or a rusting chemical tanker, the survival kit inside that orange capsule is completely identical. Same flares, same rations, same 3 tin openers. A global rulebook decided that every life at sea is worth exactly the same survival kit. That single decision is more remarkable than most people ever stop to appreciate. The first thing your hand finds inside that capsule surprises almost everyone: a box of anti-seasickness tablets. Enough doses for every person on board for 2 full days. That sounds like a comfort measure. It is not. Seasickness makes you vomit. Vomiting drains fluid from your body. In a survival situation, fresh water is the most critical resource you have, and your body cannot afford to lose any of it. So even if you have never been seasick in your life, you take the tablet anyway. Because one sick person in a hot, sealed, swaying boat triggers everyone around them. The tablets protect the entire crew's water supply from minute 1. Once you're away from the sinking ship, the priority becomes staying exactly where you are. Wind pushes the boat. Current drags it sideways. Drift away from that last position, and you drift away from your only real chance of being found. So you deploy the sea anchor, a large cone of heavy fabric that streams out ahead of the boat underwater, working exactly like a parachute. It fills with water, drags hard against the current, and slows your drift to nearly nothing. It also keeps the bow pointing into the waves, making the boat far more stable for everyone inside. And if it fails, the boat carries 2 ordinary buckets for bailing. Tie one to the spare rope, throw it over the side. You just built a replacement from parts already on board. Surviving is only half the problem. The other half is being found on an ocean that stretches endlessly in every direction. Rescuers almost always start with radar. The lifeboat carries a radar reflector, and your job is to get it as high as possible. It works like a bicycle reflector. It catches incoming radar pulses and throws them straight back toward the source, making a tiny invisible object suddenly appear clearly on a radar screen miles away. Height multiplies the effect. Strap it to an oar and push it higher. As rescue closes in, the full signaling kit opens up. 4 rocket flares visible for miles. 6 handheld flares for close range. 2 smoke floats pouring bright orange clouds for aircraft searching from above. A signaling mirror using nothing but sunlight. A searchlight for night. A whistle and air horn for when fog drops visibility to nothing, because sound carries through gray when light cannot. Here is the one item that never makes sense until someone explains it. Every lifeboat on Earth is legally required to carry a complete fishing kit, and the obvious assumption is that it's there for food. You're surrounded by ocean. You fish, you survive. That assumption is wrong. Eating raw fish forces your body to pull water from its own reserves to digest the protein. Dehydration kills you far faster than hunger ever will. You would only fish if you had already secured a large, reliable water supply, which most survival situations simply don't allow. So why carry it at all? Morale. The fishing tackle gives people something to do with their hands, something to focus on, something that feels like progress when everything else feels like waiting. Hope and routine keep a crew psychologically intact through long days in a confined space. The kit feeds the mind, not the stomach. The real rations are 3 liters of water per person and 10,000 kilojoules of dense compressed biscuits. Rainwater collectors can extend the supply if rescue takes longer than expected. And yes, 3 separate tin openers, because the last thing you need is a sealed tin of food you physically cannot open. Nobody packed that kit in a panic. Every single item, the tablets, the sea anchor, the reflector, the fishing line, the 3 tin openers, was placed there deliberately by people who sat down and thought through every possible scenario of what a human being needs when everything else has already failed. The lifeboat is not an afterthought. It is a complete survival system built around one single idea that whoever ends up inside it deserves every possible chance to come home. That is the hidden system inside the simple thing you never thought twice about. Subscribe to Simple Things Analysis.